What's new in the lab? Today we're going to play with two new pedals I picked up over the weekend. The first one is a Pedal Pawn BluesPrint, and the second one is a modded Boss DS-1. Over the weekend I went to San Antonio to two of my favorite music shops. The first one is Spacetone Music, and the second is Robot Monster Guitars. They always have a good selection of used effects. At Spacetone, I picked up the Pedal Pawn BluesPrint. I've been collecting the Pedal Pawn pedals when I find them. I haven't bought any brand new from them, but I do have several that I've managed to pick up used. Over the past couple of years, I have a Gypsy Vibe and the Texan Twang and their Pedal Pawn Fuzz that's supposed to emulate the Caesar DS Squareface. And I also have their Octone, which is supposed to be a kind of a combo between the Tycho Brahe Octaver and the Roger Mayer Octave. Very good pedals, very good quality. I definitely enjoy them. I also picked up a Boss DS-1, and this is a modded DS-1, and I'm not exactly sure what the mod is, to be quite honest with you. When I do flip the dip switch, it's very, very subtle. I think maybe in the down position it gives you a little bit more bass response, but it's really hard to tell, to be quite honest with you. But I have wanted a DS-1 in my collection, even though it is a much maligned pedal. So let's go over signal chain real quick. So I'm going to play a couple guitars. I'm going to start with my Strat. This is a 95 Strat. And from the guitar, I'm going into my Pedal Pawn. And then from there, I'm going into the DS-1. And out of the DS-1 into my ISP decimator, because this is a small studio space and it's full of electronics, and single coils pick up quite a bit of hum while I'm playing. So the decimator helps out with that. From there, I'm going to a Boss Space Echo 202 pedal, and basically that pedal is just there to give me like a single repeat in the background. Out of the Boss, we're going into a Universal Audio Lion. That's my amplifier, and I have this set on a preset that's I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's a very clean preset. You can see my it's very clean. Not a whole lot of dirt there, which is good. It's a great pedal platform. I'm coming out of that into my Strymon Flint for a little bit of plate reverb. If you take it off, you can hear the echo, but the reverb's gone. Alright, so let's talk about the Pedal Pawn BluesPrint. So the right half of the BluesPrint is, according to Chris King Robinson over at Pedal Pawn, who is a certified Stevie Ray Vaughan superfan. He got a hold of one of Stevie Ray's TS-9s, and the right side of the BluesPrint is modeled after that TS-9. Supposedly, although he admits he can't prove this particular tube screamer that he reverse engineered was the one used at the El Macambo show, which is just iconic as they come. On the left side of the Pedal Pawn BluesPrint, we have basically he reverse engineered one of the original Marshall BluesBreaker pedals. So it's a great combination between the two. So if we go with the dry sound here, add a little bit of BluesBreaker to give it a little bit of lift. Turn that off and we'll play just the tube screamer side of it. but when you stack them together, they really shine. So here's both of them together. The BluesBreaker side, this just I've got it set so it just gives it a little bit of a lift when you turn it on. So it's kind of like edge of breakup, but not quite there. This is the way most people use Klon Centaurs. They turn the gain all the way down and the volume up, and it gives it that same kind of lift. That's not the way I use a Klon Centaur, because a Klon Centaur is a great hard clipping circuit, so I tend to turn the gain up and use it after a BluesBreaker style pedal. So I'll use a BluesBreaker for that little bit of lift and then feed it into a Klon for that mid-range punch. This is a little bit reverse of that, and while there are dip switches inside the Pedal Pawn that you can reverse the order, I kind of like having the mid-range hump of the Tube Screamer feeding into the BluesBreaker. It's great for that sort of thing, and you can kick in the Tube Screamer side for your solo. It's just rude. I love it. The BluesBreaker side, you know, this is a great pedal, and I think it's actually going to be kind of a permanent part of my board when I play. That's an always on right there. The other thing about the BluesBreaker is if you do want grit out of it, you can get that. You can turn that gain up. But I prefer to have it backed off just to give it a little bit of lift. Alright, let's move on to the DS-1 real quick. So, much like the Metal Zone, DS-1 is one of those pedals that people love to hate, even though Boss has sold like a bazillion of them. I think that most people, when they buy these, they basically are using them wrong. With most distortion pedals, I find the gain, if you keep it to the left of noon, you're much better off. You can retain clarity of your notes and get the right amount of drive. When I was a lot younger, I'd get a distortion pedal and I'd plug it in and the gain would go all the way to the right, and it sounded decent in the room, I guess, but if you got in a band context, you completely got lost in the mix. So, go back to the dry sound, and you can hear that I've got this set up so that some of the guitar, you can hear some of the guitar through that. Add the BluesBreaker for a little bit of lift to that. Of course, if I took the I gotta remember which one. If I took the distortion all the way up, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great. I think it sounds much better backed off. So as far as gain stacking goes, I mean, I was on a forum the other day and I was reading, somebody had listed like, I don't know, 7 or 8 drive pedals, and they're like, help me put these in order. And my first thought was, why do you need 7 or 8 drive pedals? You really should be able to get by with 3, 2, 3, 4 if you need to add a fuzz for certain songs. But I would always say that go with a light gain, and then you could experiment feeding that into something with a mid-range hump like a Tube Screamer or a Klon. And then, of course, if you need something heavier than that, then you could go with something like a DS-1, or I really like the JHS Paul Gilbert PG-13. That's a great sounding dirt pedal. A little bit higher gain. I'm really not into the heavy metal chugging, the modern metal chugging. Just not into that. So I don't have anything set up for that. Although I do have some pedals that will, get that done. Metal Zone being a prime example of that. And like the DS-1, most people, they put the Metal Zone in and they turn the gain up to the right of noon and it sounds like ass, and and then they hate the pedal. Keep that. If you keep that gain back down to the left of noon, the pedal sounds phenomenal. And the EQ on the Metal Zone is really, really responsive. It's a great pedal if if it's used properly. So we're gonna switch guitars here and come back with something with some humbuckers in it, and we'll test both of these pedals with that guitar. Be right back. Okay, I'm back with my Epiphone Les Paul. I love this guitar. This one's got coil taps in the bridge and neck pickup, and it also has an out of phase setting, so you can kind of get that Peter Green vibe going here. Dry tone. If I turn the DS-1 off. Both pickups, bridge pickup. Alright, now we'll add the BluesBreaker side of Pedal Pawn BluesPrint and give it a little bit of lift. gives you a really nice classic rock sound. One thing I like about this guitar, and Les Pauls in general, the way they used to do this, you know, go from clean to dirty on the old non-master volume Marshall amps is they would, a trick is you turn down the volume on your bridge pickup for your clean tone. And since this guitar has the ability to coil split, I can actually turn that neck pickup into a single coil to make it even cleaner, which is really nice. And then when you want to drop it bridge for some dirt, also does out of phase too for that. So let's go over to the DS-1 by itself with the humbuckers. You'll notice that that kind of sounds like this pedal stacked. But I like to add that little bit of a lift. So like I said, really, in all honesty, you don't need that many gain pedals, in my opinion. You definitely want to retain that note clarity. Like if you're arpeggiating a chord, you... So that's basically it. This is my demo of the Pedal Pawn BluesPrint and my modded Boss DS-1, and a little bit of experimenting with some gain stacking. I think the DS-1 is an undervalued pedal. I think, to be honest with you, everybody should have one in their collection if they can. You know, I mean, some great guitar players use that pedal. Steve Vai, Kurt Cobain. So can't be that bad. The Pedal Pawn BluesPrint, what a surprise. I mean, I just absolutely love the pedal, and I love the way that, you know, it basically gives you the two sounds that most people are coveting. You've got the BluesBreaker sound from John Mayall, and then you've got the TS-9 sound from Stevie Ray Vaughan. I mean, you just can't go wrong with that combination. Hope this has been informative, and I hope those of you watching come away with some ideas on how to shape your own tone. And I look forward to the next video. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you.